Hey guys, Problem1701, and today we are going to be ranking the Matt Smith era and discussing the Matt Smith era. Much like I did with the Capaldi era when I ranked them pretty much from crap to masterpiece, we're going to be doing the same thing with the Matt Smith era, kind of like you see people do with the charts on some channels. So we're going to have 6 categories that we're going to be ranking all of Matt Smith's stories in. We have absolute crap, bad, meh, good, great, and masterpiece. And we're going to be ranking each of his stories in that. Now, according to what I've looked up, he has 43 stories, I think. At least that's what I came up with, was 43 stories. So we're going to be looking at those 43 stories and seeing where they fall. Starting with Series 5 with The 11th Hour, which I have in Masterpiece. I absolutely love The 11th Hour. I think it's objectively the best post-regeneration story. Not my personal favorite, that's Robot, but I do think it's objectively the best. It's really, really good. It is my favorite Matt Smith episode. And I always love going back and rewatching it. Number 2, the next one is Beast Below, which I personally also put in Masterpiece. I really like The Beast Below. I feel it's a very underrated story. I love Matt Smith in Series 5. He has that really good balance of serious and comedy that he can do, where in later seasons he gets a little sillier, which in itself is fine. I just happen to like this balance here of him a little more. Kind of like how some people prefer Season 25 McCoy over Season 26 McCoy, because Season 25 McCoy they feel is more balanced between comedy and chess master doctor. Kind of like that. But I really enjoy The Beast Below. I think it's very underrated. Victory of the Daleks I have under good. I really like it. It does have some some flaws, but I do think it's really good. I really enjoy it. I might even bump it up to great. I'll leave it in good. I did this list over a month ago, I think. But I do think it's a really, really, really good story. I enjoy it. It's just got that one little bit with the World War II planes in space that just kind of drives me crazy. It doesn't work for me. Turn my fan on. I'm sweating. Other than that, I think it's a pretty good story. Next is Time of Angels, which I have under great, which is funny because I just ranked these the other day, and I believe I ranked Victory over Time of Angels. But on this list, Victory is under good and Time of Angels is under great. But I did like the Time of Angels. I thought it was a good setup. I like how it brings River back. I think it incorporates her well. I like a lot of the stuff I was talking about when I was ranking Series 5. It's a good story for the Angels. They don't feel watered down and overused yet. While they're not as strong as they are in Blink, I still think it's a good outing for them. Part 2, Flesh and Stone, I just put under good. I don't think Part 2 quite lives up to Part 1. I still think it's really good. I really enjoy it. I just, per usual with Moffat, I think Part 1 is kind of hard to keep up with in a lot of his two-parters, and that's the case here. What is that? Next on the list. Let's see, Amy's Choice, I put in crap. I don't really like Amy's Choice. I talked about that when I was ranking them. I like Toby playing the Dream Lord. He's really good in that. That's really about the only thing I like about it. I don't get into that story. It doesn't interest me. The Hungry Earth, Cold Blood two-parter, I don't care for. I don't like the modern take on the Silurians at all. It doesn't work for me. I don't like their design. I wish they looked more like their Classic Who counterparts. I just find the two-parter uninteresting. Honestly. Vampires in Venice. I put under great. I do like Vampires in Venice a lot. I really like the woman, the actress playing the lead female who's running everything, the head fish person, I guess. I really liked her in it. I thought she was really good. The interaction she has with Matt Smith is really, really well done. I really enjoyed that. When they're talking and they're exchanging questions, they each get a question, they take turns. I love that scene. I think it's a very beautiful scene. It has some great moments, some very humorous moments between the Doctor and Rory that I really, really enjoy. And yours is bigger. Let's not go there. I love that. The bit about him popping out of the cake at the beginning is funny. My mind just went blank on something else I like about it. But I like the story. I really do like the story. I think all the guest actors do a really good job as well. So, really good story. Let's see. Vincent and the Doctor, I have under crap. Most of you guys, if you watch my channel, you know I don't like Vincent and the Doctor. Not only do I have objective issues with it, like the main thing running around killing people being an alien rooster. I hate when Doctor Who, their idea of an alien is an Earth animal, but it's an alien and bigger. It's so tropey and overdone at this point. I just don't care for it. And then the ending with Vincent going to the future and seeing he's famous. It's just self gratification to the extreme. It's the closest Doctor Who's ever come to masturbating. It puts me off the whole episode, to be honest. I don't care for it. I think the Tesla episode is a way better version of that idea. Next we have The Lodger, which I have under good. I like The Lodger. I don't think it's great. I don't think the story is super great, but I love Matt Smith with Craig. They have such a good dynamic together, Eleven and Craig. Same reason I like Closing Time, even though it's not a great episode, is I just love how they interact with each other. I love the chemistry they have. Anytime they're on screen together, it's gold, and I love it. And of course the Pandora opens and the Big Bang. Pandora opens, I put under great. I think it's a really good setup. I like the mystery behind the Pandora and trying to figure out what's going on and what's in it. I love his speech about when he's talking to all the spaceships. If you're sitting up there with all your little spaceships, with all your little guns. I love that whole speech. I absolutely enjoy it. It's a good setup. Big Bang, I only put in good. Once again, Big Bang doesn't quite live up to Pandora Opens to me. It's still a good episode. I enjoy it. I think it uses the fact the Doctor is a time traveler really well. Moffat gets that really well most of the time, I think. And I think that's used pretty well. Just overall, it's not a story I go back and revisit a lot. And it gets really weird at the end with her bringing him back just because she remembers him. I still don't quite get that, to be honest. Moving along, we have A Christmas Carol. Where did I put A Christmas Carol? I think I might have actually forgot to rate A Christmas Carol. I don't see it. I'm going to put it under Masterpiece, though, because I like A Christmas Carol a lot. It's my favorite Christmas story. I really like A Christmas Carol. I think Michael Gambon does such a good job in it, playing that kind of Ebenezer Scrooge character. I like the little twist at the end where he brings the boy forward in time to see the old version of him. I really like that song that's sung at the end of it too. I actually have that song on my iTunes, I believe, or on my computer. I forget. I have that song one way or another. I really like that song. It's just a fun Christmas adventure. I really, really enjoy it. I love that scene when he's like, "This will say I'm a responsible adult," and he breaks it. He's like, "I must have told a lie too big for it." It's pretty funny. I get a kick out of it. The Impossible Astronaut, I have under Masterpiece. I really like it a lot. I think it's a good setup. Once again, uses the idea of the Doctor being a time traveler well. Sets up a pretty good mystery, I think. I like the silence as a concept. I think they're a fascinating creature that when you're not looking at them, you can't even remember them, that you ever saw them. That's a pretty neat idea. Day of the Moon, I put under great. I don't think it quite lives up to part one. Still really good. I love how the Doctor uses the moon landing to manipulate them into basically having the humans throw them off the planet. And the guy who plays Canton, Edward Delaware, whatever his name is, the third, I like him as an actor. I remember he was in Battlestar Galactica. I've always liked him. He does a really good job here as well and really helps sell the episode. So good stuff. Good mystery it sets up. Curse of the Black Spot, I put under good. I think I like this one better than most. It's not one I want to go back and revisit a lot, but when I'm in the mood for it, I do enjoy it. I've probably watched it 3 times, and I've never not enjoyed it, so It's one I watch rarely, but I like. Let's see. Oh, The Doctor's Wife. Masterpiece. I believe I put that under. No, I only put that under great. No, weird. That's odd. Interesting. I only put Doctor's Wife under masterpiece. Under great. I figured I would have put that under masterpiece. I'm really surprised that is not under masterpiece. But I put it under great. Interesting. Maybe it's because some of the stuff going on in the interior hallways with Rory and Amy I don't really care for. It just kind of pulls it down for me. I get why it's there. The house is torturing them. I get it. But I don't know why, but it just kind of slows the episode down for me. I do like the episode. The woman that plays the Tardis, basically, she's really, really good here. She's good at being off, which I like. Well, I don't know what to call you. Sexy. You call me sexy. Only when we're alone. I love that. That's so much fun. It's a fun episode. I'm surprised I don't have that under masterpiece. I only put that under great. Oh yeah, the Rebel Flesh Almost People two-parter. I don't think I cared for that one. Yeah, I put that one under crap. I didn't like that one. The Rebel Flesh Almost People, I don't. It's got some really good moments in it. It does have some moments in it, like when you find out they traded shoes, or at the beginning when the Flesh Doctor's kind of talking with the other Doctor's voices. It does have a few heartfelt moments, but overall, I don't find it interesting. It's not one I go back to a lot. I mean, just to be honest. Good Man Goes to War, which I put under masterpiece. I love A Good Man Goes to War. There's so much good going on in that episode. I love watching Matt Smith basically get to be awesome, assembling a team. His little speeches, he gives several speeches in it I really like. I want them to call you Captain Runaway. Good men don't need rules. There's a lot of really good moments he has in that. And then to find out that, he got tricked about the baby at the end, then to find out who the baby is. It's a nice little mid-season cliffhanger with a lot going on in it. It's one I like to go back and rewatch. It's a fun episode. Let's Kill Hitler, I put under crap. I don't care for that one. I find it uninteresting. I think I watched it twice. It doesn't work for me. Let's see, Night Terrors is under crap. I hate Night Terrors. That's probably an episode I'll never go back and watch again. One of my least favorite episodes of Doctor Who. I just find it uninteresting. The Girl Who Waited. I should have put that under masterpiece. I did. I love The Girl Who Waited. That's a well-written, well-directed, well-acted episode. That really is a perfect storm of everything coming together perfectly. And I like how the Doctor's kind of sidelined in it since he's allergic to the disease going on there, or it's fatal to Time Lords. I love that he's kind of sidelined and he's just kind of having to help, from the TARDIS. And it really is a Rory Amy episode. And it's very heartbreaking. It's very, very heartbreaking. Definitely one of the shining jewels of Series 6. One of the things that helps pull it up, I think. Definitely a masterpiece story. The God Complex, I haven't crap. Y'all know I don't like the God Complex. I think it's very well directed. I think it's executed beautifully. I love the cinematography of it. I just think the script is complete crap and has no business being in Doctor Who. The God Complex I've watched 2 or 3 times, and I'm perfectly fine with never watching it again. Closing Time. Closing Time I put under good, mainly, again, because I like the dynamic between the Doctor and Craig. It's not a good story. I like the opening with the Cybermen, the cold open, I really enjoy. And I love Matt and the Doc and Craig. I like the Doctor and Craig. It really bolsters the episode. They have some very humorous moments. And it's nice to see the Cybermat back. I do enjoy seeing the Cybermat. But the ending of the episodes are so naff. It really is. It can't go over good. The Wedding of River Song, I have under good. Originally, I had that one under great. It's the one thing I changed right before I started doing this video. Originally, I had it under great, and I moved it to good. I don't know why I had it under great. I think Wedding of River Song is good. There's a lot going on in it. I like having Churchill back. I like the guy who plays Churchill here. I like him as an actor. Remember, he was also in the Dune miniseries from the early 2000s, playing the Baron. I like him. I like how well him and the Doctor get along. It does some stuff I like. It does some stuff that kind of makes me go, okay. Overall, it's a fun little romp, even if it doesn't completely make sense. What do I got next? I feel like there's a Christmas special I'm forgetting here somewhere, but... Oh yeah, The Doctor, the Winter, and the Wardrobe, or whatever it's called. I don't think I like that one. No, I put that one in crap. The Doctor, the Winter, and the Wardrobe. I put that in crap. I don't like it. I just think it's boring. I think I've only watched it once. It's uninteresting. I know it's supposed to be a happy ending Christmas story. I find it boring. Plain and simple boring. Asylum of the Daleks. I put under great. I like Asylum of the Daleks. It is very flawed. Let me be clear. It's got a lot of issues. It does a lot of things that don't make sense. Why would the Daleks even have an asylum? Daleks, usually their idea of dealing with faulty Daleks is killing them. Victory of the Daleks. Several of the classic stories like Planet of the Daleks. If a Dalek's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, they kill it. So the idea of them even having an asylum for Daleks is weird. And then I don't like the little Dalek thing, puppets, or whatever they're called, the people with the stalks on their head. I don't really care for that as an idea. But I still enjoy the story. It's a fun little romp. I can turn my brain off and enjoy. The little twist at the end with Clara, I think, is really clever. I didn't see that coming. I do like the fact they introduced this version of Clara here, because we weren't expecting to get her until the second half of the season. They really snuck her in here. They managed to keep that quiet. It's a fun romp, though. I do enjoy it. For what it is, I like it. I'll put it that way. Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. It's crap. Don't like it. Perfectly fine whenever watching it again. A Town Called Mercy is a masterpiece. I love that story. Just all the different points of view going on here. There's really no good or bad guys in it. Everything's kind of a shade of gray between the actual creature and between the other Doctor, the alien Doctor that's in it, and why he did the things he did, why he's not necessarily bad for it, and how he kind of redeems himself at the end. Watching the Doctor himself kind of have his dark streak like he gets sometime, that little speech about, Amy gives him about this is why you shouldn't travel alone for too long. There's just a lot of really good that happens in A Town Called Mercy. Power of 3, that's wrong. Power of 3 I have under crap. Power of 3 has a few good moments in it. I like that it introduces Kate. It does some really good stuff with Kate Stewart. I like the Doctor when he's bored and he's trying to kill time and he's just doing all this different stuff to kill time. But for the most part, I find the episode uninteresting and boring, and another example of why Chibnall doesn't need to be writing for Doctor Who. Angels Take Manhattan is also crap. This is the story, I think, that just really starts wasting the Angels. I won't say there's not some good moments in it, but overall, I think it's crap. The whole Statue of Liberty thing being an angel is crap and stupid. I really think this is where the Angels start going downhill, and I don't like it at all. I was looking for where I put the Snowman. Yeah, it's under Masterpiece. I figured. I do like the Snowman a lot. I think it's a great introduction to this version of Clara, which I also really like, the Victorian Clara. I enjoy the story. This is the one that introduces Matt's new outfit and his new TARDIS interior, which it does really well. I like seeing the Potsdamer, however you say it, gang. I don't know how you say their names, but I like them a lot. Sometimes more than others, really. But they're really good in this one. I think it's a really good episode. I really like seeing the Great Intelligence back. This was actually the first story I saw with him, but I knew he was a classic Who villain. It's nice to having gone back and watched Web of Fear. I still haven't seen Abominable yet, naturally, but it's nice going back and seeing Web of Fear and how it connects to the Snowmen. I really like that. Let's see, the Bells of St. John I also have under Masterpiece. I like Bells of St. John more than most, apparently. I think it's a fun story. I really enjoy it. Again, the Great Intelligence, really clever what they're doing here with the internet. I think it's a great introduction to modern Clara, because I do actually like modern Clara with Matt. It's with Capaldi I have issues with her, but I like her with Matt. They have, I think Jenna and Matt have really good chemistry. I think the 11th Doctor and Matt have really good chemistry. There's a kind of flirtation going on between them, and it's a perfect balance of what I like between them, especially in this episode. I really, really like it. I like the bit when he hacks the machine that looks like him, because I didn't catch on to that. I love how that resolved with him doing that. That's pretty clever. Good story. I really like Bells of St. John. I don't think it gets enough credit. The Rings of Akatan, I put under crap, I'm going to be honest. It's got some good moments, including that great doctor speech, but it's pretty naff for the most part. I don't really like it. I have to look up what episode 3 was. Cold War. I like Cold War. Where did I put Cold War? Cold War I put under good. I like Cold War. Got some claustrophobic stuff going on because it's in a small submarine. The guy playing the captain, I like him as an actor. It's got David Warner in it. I like David Warner as an actor. It's nice to see the Ice Warriors back. I love the fact the Ice Warriors, it actually explains that their armor is armor and that they can come out of it. It's a great way of keeping the classic Cybermen design. That way they don't screw up like they did with the Silurians and ruin it. Because I love having the classic Ice Warrior design. Excuse me, I like having the classic Ice Warrior design. And by explaining that it is armor they're wearing, you can keep that kind of silly looking Ice Warrior design, because now we know it's just armor. I like that. I think it's a really good episode, and we even get to see the sonic screwdriver with the red setting, which is pretty neat. It's not often I actually see him use the sonic with the red setting. But that's pretty cool. I like that. And then after Cold War, we have Hyde. I really like Hyde. I have Hyde under great. I've talked about Hyde before. I love the fact it switches genre mid-story. You're never quite sure what's going on in it until the end. It does have I think it's shot really well. I think it's directed really, really well. I love some of the visuals. I think it's a good story. I like how the story starts off with this, and you think you know what's going to happen, and then it completely goes off on a different direction. I really enjoy that. My only complaint is that the Doctor pronounces the Metabolus crystal wrong. Calls it Metabolus 3, and it's Metabolus 3, and I will not forgive Matt Smith for that. That's my only gripe about it. After that, we have Journey to the Center of the Tardis, which I think is crap. Yeah, I did put that under crap. I don't like Journey to the Center of the Tardis. It's another one I never go back and rewatch. I think it's awful. Crimson Horror, I put under great. I love Crimson Horror. It is just one of those stories, kind of like The Unicorn and the Wasp. It's a good fun episode, kind of a filler episode. If you go in expecting, Utopia or Genesis of the Daleks or Caves of Andromeda, you're going to be disappointed. But if you go in just, something for a good time, like Robot or something, again, The Unicorn and the Wasp, or something just to kind of enjoy yourself. It's just a lighthearted, fun episode. It's silly. It is kind of silly. But it's fun. If you go in and accept the episode for what it is, it's really, really good. I think people crap on this episode way too much. Crimson Horror is a lot of fun. And you have Diana Rigg in it. And I love me some Diana Rigg. That was an amazing woman. We're talking about Emma Peel here, folks. And she's great in it. So, Crimson Horror is great. I definitely don't think it gets the credit it deserves. Nightmare in Silver is in meh. This is the only one of all of Matt Smith's I have in meh. It's because I don't hate Nightmare in Silver. I don't really like Nightmare in Silver. Of all the Matt Smith stories, it's the one I just find the most that's pretty much how I sum it up. I can watch it every now and then. There are things about it I don't like. The children. There are things about it I do like. It's just a fun watch. I can turn my brain off. It's right there in the middle. It's the most in the middle Matt Smith story I think that's out there. Name of the Doctor I put under great, because I do like Name of the Doctor. That intro alone, one of the best intros in all of Doctor Who. And Clara seeing all the previous Doctors and that music that's playing right there, one of the best openings in Doctor Who ever. And the story is really good. I like how it kind of sets things up for the 50th. The reveal at the end of John Hurt is amazing. Again, not quite masterpiece, but I really do enjoy it. It's a solid great for me. Day of the Doctor I put under masterpiece. I like Day of the Doctor. I do think it does most of what it wants to do. It is more a celebration of New Who than all of Doctor Who. That's fine. It has a lot of stuff it does do. I think it's nice to see Tennant back in it, even though his hair is kind of weird, but not like in the good way weird. But I think him and Matt get along perfectly on screen together. I love the scene when all the doctors show up at the end. I love when the 11th Doctor meets the Curator at the end, one of my favorite moments in all of Doctor Who. Again, it's not my favorite multi-Doctor story. I do prefer 5 Doctors and 3 Doctors. I think they're better. But I do think Day of the Doctor deserves to be in the masterpiece category. It is. I think it is quite an accomplishment. And Time of the Doctor I put under great. I think it's a solid great. Not quite masterpiece. May have worked better as a 2-parter. But I do enjoy it. Plus the age makeup on Matt looks really, really good. So yeah, I enjoy it. So that's my ranking for the Matt Smith era. And I feel like I lost interest like halfway through it. Now I just feel like going and taking a nap. I don't quite know what happened there. But that is my ranking for the Matt Smith era. I'm curious what you guys think. I think totaling those out, we have 18 stories. No, I can't read today. 15 stories that were in crap. No stories that were in bad. Apparently, if I didn't like a Matt Smith story, I didn't like a Matt Smith story. So 15 in crap, none in bad, 1 in meh, 8 in good, 10 in great, and 10 in masterpiece. So this one actually balances out better, I think, than my Capaldi one, because we only have 15 I think are bad, 1 that I think is in the middle, and 28 that I think are good, great, or masterpiece. So obviously I do like overall the Matt Smith era more than the Capaldi era, because the Capaldi era was pretty much half and half. Half of it I liked, half of it I didn't, basically. This one is like basically 2/3 of it I like and 1/3 of it I don't, basically. So I think the Matt Smith era fares better. So comment down below and let me know what you think. I would love to get your thoughts on this video. Other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications so you never miss out on a new video. I have also started a Patreon. If you would like to become one of my patrons, there's a link to that down below as well. The entry-level tier is only $2 a month. If you're interested, check that out. Most importantly, though, stay safe out there. And thank you for watching.